Cincinnati, 2026. The Lindner Family Tennis Center. A match that was supposed to be a routine victory. A rematch. A revenge story. But nobody, and I mean nobody, expected what was about to unfold on center court. Alex Eala was in control. She had won 9 consecutive games. She was dominating Elena-Gabriela Ruse like never before. The Filipina sensation was cruising toward an emphatic victory. The fans were cheering. The Philippine flags were waving. Everything was going according to plan, and then, the tension exploded at a crucial point. A disagreement. A heated exchange that turned the match into something nobody had anticipated. The umpire was forced to intervene. The atmosphere on court shifted from electric to explosive. The fans, thousands of them, sat in stunned silence. What happened between Alex Eala and Elena Ruse? Why did a match that seemed so one-sided suddenly become a powder keg of emotion? And how did this shocking moment change everything? This is the story of a match that started with dominance, descended into drama, and ended in a way that left the tennis world speechless. The tension was real. The emotions were raw. And the Cincinnati fans were left absolutely stunned. Subscribe to Tennis Pulse and hit the notification bell for more tennis news, drama, and analysis every day. When Alex Eala stepped onto the court at the Tony Trabert Stadium, she had one thing on her mind: revenge. This was the same opponent who had broken her heart at the 2024 US Open qualifying tournament. Back then, Eala had won the first set, only to lose the next 2. The dream of a Grand Slam main draw was shattered. That loss had stung. It had haunted her for 2 years, but the 2026 version of Alex Eala was a completely different animal. She was ranked number 20 in the world. She had just won her first WTA title in Washington, defeating world number 3 Jessica Pegula. She had beaten 9 top 10 opponents in a single season. She was no longer the teenager who had crumbled under pressure. She was a woman on a mission. Ruse, ranked number 77 in the world, had come into the match with confidence after demolishing Magdalena 6-0, 6-3 in the first round. The Romanian had beaten Eala before. She knew she could do it again. Or so she thought. The match began with a shock. Ruse broke Eala's serve in the very first game. The fans held their breath. Was history about to repeat itself? Was Eala going to crumble again? But then, something remarkable happened. Eala didn't panic. She didn't retreat. She attacked. She won the next game to level the score. Then she won another. And another. And another. 9 consecutive games. 9. Eala had completely turned the match on its head. From 0-1 down, she had stormed back to lead 6-1, 3-0. The first set was over in just 34 minutes. Ruse was helpless. She had no answer for Eala's left-handed forehand, her aggressive returning, her relentless pressure. The scoreline read 6-1, 3-0. Eala was serving. The match was hers for the taking. But then, the weather intervened. A lightning storm forced a suspension of play. The players left the court. The fans evacuated the stands. The match was paused. Nobody knew that the real drama was about to begin. When play resumed, the atmosphere on court was already tense. Ruse was frustrated. She had been completely outplayed. Eala was determined. She wanted to finish the job and get her revenge. But then, a single moment changed everything. It happened on a crucial point. The details are still murky. Witnesses described a disagreement at the net. Some said it was about a call. Others said it was about a line judge's decision. But what matters is what happened next. The 2 players got into a heated exchange. The temperature on court suddenly spiked. Ruse was visibly frustrated. She had been losing her composure throughout the match. Eala, who is usually calm and composed, was also drawn into the confrontation. Words were exchanged. Voices were raised. The umpire had to step in and separate the 2 players. The crowd, thousands of fans who had come to watch a tennis match, were now witnessing something entirely unexpected. They were stunned. The Philippine flag stopped waving. The cheers died down. A heavy silence fell over the stadium. The fans were in shock. What had just happened? Had the match turned ugly? Was there bad blood between these 2 players? This wasn't supposed to be a grudge match. It was supposed to be a routine victory for Eala. But now, it had become something far more dramatic. The umpire intervened, calming the situation. But the tension remained. Ruse called for a medical timeout. She had her right foot taped. Some speculated that she was using the injury as a way to regain her composure. Others said it was a genuine issue that had been bothering her. As Eala prepared to serve, the clouds darkened again. A lightning storm was approaching. The umpire had no choice but to suspend play once more. The players were escorted off the court. The fans were asked to evacuate. The match was paused again. Nobody knew what would happen next. Would the match resume? Would Ruse be able to continue? And more importantly, would the heated exchange change the outcome of the match? The delay lasted for what felt like an eternity. The skies were dark, the rain was falling, and the tension was palpable. Inside the locker room, both players were processing what had just happened. Eala was focused. She was just 3 games away from victory. Ruse was in pain, her ankle was clearly bothering her, but then came the announcement that stunned everyone. Elena-Gabriela Ruse had decided to retire from the match. The medical timeout had not been enough. The ankle injury, whether it was severe or a result of frustration, had forced her to withdraw. The final score 6-1, 3-0. It was a retirement victory for Alex Eala. She had advanced to the 3rd round. She had avenged her 2024 US Open loss. But the victory came with a bittersweet taste. On one hand, Eala had dominated the match. She had proven that she was the superior player. She had shown the world that her rise was no fluke. On the other hand, the victory was anticlimactic. She hadn't been able to hit the final winning shot. She hadn't been able to celebrate on her own terms. The match had ended with a whimper instead of a bang. But the drama didn't end there. The heated exchange, the confrontation at the net, had given fans something to talk about. What had really happened between Eala and Ruse? Was the injury a legitimate issue, or was Ruse looking for a way out? And why had Eala, who is known for her composure, been drawn into the confrontation? After the match, Eala handled the situation with characteristic grace. She said, "Of course, nobody likes to finish a match with a retirement. First and foremost, I just want to wish Gabriela Ruse a speedy recovery. Injuries aren't fun, so I hope she recovers soon." It was a classy response. But the tennis world knew something had happened on that court. Something that had turned a routine victory into a major controversy. To understand why the victory over Ruse was so important, and why the heated moment mattered, you have to understand the context of Alex Eala's 2026 season. This has been a year of incredible growth. Let's look at the numbers. Eala has played more matches than any other player in the WTA Top 20. She has competed in 21 tournaments in just 8 months. She has beaten 7 top 10 opponents, including Iga Swiatek, Elena-Gabriela, Coco Gauff, and Jessica Pegula. She has won her first WTA Tour title at the Mubadala DC Open, a WTA 500 event. She has reached the 4th round at Wimbledon. And she has done all of this while carrying the weight of an entire nation on her shoulders. When she plays, the stadiums are packed with Filipino fans waving flags and cheering her on. She has become a national treasure, a symbol of hope and inspiration for millions. The Cincinnati Open was supposed to be the next step in her journey. The WTA 1000 tournament is one of the most prestigious on the tour, a major tune-up for the US Open. Eala had a brutal draw ahead of her. After Ruse, she was projected to face Amanda Anisimova, a 2-time Grand Slam finalist and the number 9 seed. Then Linda Naskova, the Wimbledon champion. Then Jessica Pegula. Then Elena-Gabriela. Then Aryna Sabalenka, the world number 1. The Ruse match was the first step. A victory over her 2024 tormentor. A statement win. And despite the drama, despite the heated exchange, despite the injury, despite the retirement, Eala had made that statement. She had proven that she could dominate a player who had once beaten her. She had shown that she was ready for the challenges ahead. The tennis world had been watching. And they had seen something special. Not just in the victory, but in how Eala handled the controversy. She was gracious. She was composed. She was a champion in every sense of the word. The victory over Ruse was about more than just moving to the next round. It was about exorcising demons. It was about proving that she had evolved. It was about showing that she could handle the pressure and the drama. That heated moment at the net could have rattled a less experienced player. It could have thrown Eala off her game. But she didn't let it affect her. She stayed focused. She stayed composed. She handled the situation with maturity beyond her years. This is the mark of a true champion. Rafael Nadal once said, "The problem with tennis is that you play a lot of matches, and if you lose, you have to go home." It's not just about hitting winners, it's about mental toughness. It's about staying calm in the face of adversity. It's about not letting the chaos affect your performance. Eala has proven that she has that mindset. She didn't let the tension get to her. She didn't let the controversy affect her. She just kept playing, and she kept winning. The road ahead is not easy. Her next opponent, Amanda Anisimova, is a two-time Grand Slam finalist. She has one of the cleanest power games on the tour. Eala has never played her before. It will be a huge test. But if Eala plays the way she played against Ruse, with aggression, confidence, and composure, she has a real chance. Before the tournament, Eala explained what matters to her. It's the matches of substance. Did I execute what I wanted to execute? Did I bring the level that I wanted to bring? By that measure, the Ruse match was a complete success. The Cincinnati fans may have been stunned by the drama. The tennis world may have been shocked by the heated exchange. But Alex Eala? She just kept moving forward. Because that's what champions do. The Eala frenzy is real. The Filipina sensation is here to stay. And if the Ruse match was any indication, the best is yet to come. The drama may have stunned the fans, but the victory is what will be remembered. Subscribe to Tennis Pulse and hit the notification bell for more tennis news, drama, and analysis every day.